let's get going. So we've already warmed up and stuff with our bit of the garden, and we've done a bit of our upper body. So we're going to go into our cactus and then to a lotus. So we're going to lie on our back, and I'll put this in for hopefully to get to the back of your shoulders, Kirsty. So it's going to work down the back. We're going to lay in our lotus. So we'll be up with the arms and the legs, and then you're going to draw the arms back into that cactus position that we do in a warm-up. So draw it back, and then reach, and then draw it back. So really think about, when we do it, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Okay, so lay down on your front and we will get going. So we'll start with the arms in our cactus position. So bring the feet together. You're going to push into the pubic bone, lift the feet, lift the chest. Arms come back into that cactus position. Now stretch forwards and raise. Draw those elbows back. And forwards. And then squeeze them again, back, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And forwards. Remember to keep breathing. And back. And forwards. 2 more here. Back. And last one. Forwards. And back. Nice. Now drop the hands underneath the shoulders. And then lift yourself up. Tailbone's going to stay lifted. Slide the hands forward. And really melt that chest centre down towards the mat. And then when you're ready, come back to lie on your front. So we're going to come into our half bow, again in the hope that that twist up through the upper body will help between the shoulder blades. Now, your arm, one arm's going to come and take the opposite foot. Now the other arm, supporting arm, depending on how far away you have, will depend on how deep the back bend is. So if your arm's underneath your shoulder directly, I'll show you this side, it might be easier to see. When you push up, that back bend's going to be quite deep and you're drawing the shoulder back. Now if that hand's a little bit further forwards, when you push up, the back bend's not so much. So really think about where you want your hand to be. If you get up and you think you're too deep or you can go deeper, release back down before you draw it in. Okay, so we'll start with the right hand, wherever you want that placed, either underneath the shoulder or far out in front, or somewhere in the middle. Then we're going to take the left hand and take hold of the front of the left foot. So you're then going to press into your right hand, push the pubic bone in the front of that back foot into the floor and lift up. And then look over your left shoulder at your left foot. So really push the floor away and twist, drawing that left shoulder back. And when you're ready, release back down. Then for the other side. So take the hand, left hand again, anywhere that you fancy between those 2 points. You're going to bend the right leg, right hand's going to take hold of the right foot. So again, push into that hand and lift up. And then again, look round over the right shoulder this time at your right foot. So really draw that right shoulder back. And when you're ready, release back down. Take the hands then behind you, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back and down, draw the knuckles to the feet and lift the chest. So really allow the shoulder blades then to massage into one another. And when you're ready then, relax and release. So come up onto the knees, tuck the toes, lift the knees together. We're going to come up to stand and I'm just going to bash into the tree with my big bottom. And I'll move the tree before I break the tree that needs a water. Okay, so we are, I'm going to turn it up a little bit, using blocks if you have them or something similar. Don't tilt that too much. There you go. So we're going to place our blocks or cushion or whatever it is you're using in between the front 2 feet. Oh, sweaty. That's what that faffing that is. Right, so the blocks are going to be in between the front 2 feet. You may or may not need them when you get down there, just wait and see how you get on. So we're going to take a big step back with the right leg. Nice big step back. And then make sure those toes are facing as far forwards as they can. Engage then the leg muscles, particularly on that front leg. So you engage in the quad and you're drawing the calf muscle forwards towards the shin. Now we're going to take the left hand on the hip, lift the right arm up, and we're going to flex forwards into our revolved triangle. So flex forward, hips go back, hand comes towards your blocks. Make sure you keep the engagement through the legs. So take a couple of breaths here, really thinking about sending the hips back and sending the chest forwards. So you may not need 2 blocks. You may find that you can come down with the hand on the inner edge of the foot, absolutely fine. Now when you're ready, we're going to exhale, push into the hand, twist the chest centre open and lift the left arm up. So the back heel stays in contact with the mat, both legs are still straight and strong. You're really going to push into that lower hand to open the chest centre. Couple of breaths here. Keeping that engagement through the legs the whole time. One more breath. When you're ready, bend that front knee. You're going to bring the blocks up with you if you're using them. Now, if you need to shake out the legs, do so, but we're going to have the same position next. So if they're okay in this position, keep them. If you need to, give them a shake out and reset. So again, keep that engagement through. Now we're going to flex forward from the hips, but use our blocks either side of the front foot. So we're going to come into that pyramid pose. So when you're ready, hips back, flex forwards, placing the blocks on either side of that front foot. Now you want to think here about a flat back. So don't round through the upper back. Shoulders come away from the ears and the chest centre sent forwards initially. If the block's up higher, if you can go lower, you can take them down. Or again, they can come to the lower option, or you can take the hands either side of that front foot. Now here you're aiming the chest centre down towards the thigh and the head aiming down towards the shin and the ankles. Ankle. So keep breathing here. So really send that breath to the back of that front leg. Each exhale, getting that little bit deeper. One more breath here. Now we need to bend that front knee and discard the blocks for now. And then our hands are going to frame the front foot. And we're going to step back to downward dog. So up and back to downward dog. So you're drawing back from the wrists, rolling the shoulders back and down, engaging the upper arm muscles and pushing the heels towards the mat. So your tailbone is then the apex of your mountain. Now from here, lift the left leg up into 3-legged dog. I then want you to bend the knee and look over your right shoulder at your left foot or through your hair, because I'm not tying one up yet. Now from here, bend the elbows, look forwards. We're going to bring the knee through between the palms of the hands and come into our pigeon pose. Back knee down, front of the foot down. So you're going to use the front of the foot then to walk yourself deeper into pigeon. And if you need to, move the foot slightly out of the centre of the mat so that you've got space to get yourself down. Roll those shoulders back and down, gazing forwards. So energy through that back foot. Really think about sinking into the hips, making sure the hips are parallel to the front of your mat. Now when you're ready, we're going to come down onto the forearms. I'm going to slide backwards because they go off the screen. So down onto the forearms. And then from here, stretch the hands forwards and bring the forehead to the mat. So really stretch the fingertips as far forwards as you can. And then when you're stretched as far as you can, push into the heels of the hands so the weight comes back into that hip. Making sure that the hips are parallel to the mat. Couple more breaths here. One more deep breath. Really squeeze into that left hip. And when you're ready, lift the head, walk the hands back. Going to tuck the back toe, and we're going to come up and back to downward dog. So lifting up, taking the hips back, downward dog. Hopefully feeling longer than on that side. Now you're going to walk the hands forwards to meet the hands. Coming into then your forward fold. So the knees can be bent here if they need to be. If they are straight, make sure that the skin at the backs of the knees is soft. When you're ready, then bend the knees, breathe in and lift all the way up. Bringing your breath into your heart center. So we will do the same then on the other side. So blocks, I'm going to tie my hair up this time so it's not floating all over the show. Blocks that are going to come in between the front of the feet. Somebody's been in the gym and I can't work out who. I've got the weights have moved. Oh, that's my speaker turned itself off, sorry. Okay. I've just noticed, you notice things move. So, feet either side of the front of the blocks. Now we're going to take a step back this time with the left leg. So nice big step back. So those back toes are going to face as far forward as they can. Nice wide stance for balance. Engage then the muscles of the legs, again particularly that front leg so you're protecting the joints. This time right hand comes to the hip, left arm's going to lift up. And then we're going to flex forward, hips go back. Bringing the left hand again to your blocks. Or if you can bring it down to the floor. So keep sending those hips back, keep engagement through the legs. Keep breathing here. Sending the chest center forwards. So your hips and your chest are in opposition. And then when you're ready, we're going to push into the left hand, twist and open the right arm up. So you're pushing against the blocks or the floor to really open the chest. Engaging those legs so you're not ending up hyperextending through the knees. 2 more breaths here. One more breath. When you're ready, bend that front knee. Grab the blocks. Lift up. So again, you can reset the legs and give them a wiggle if you need to, or keep them in this position. If you reset, then just step yourself back to the position, engage through both legs. We're going to take that flex from the hips, blocks are coming either side of that front foot. So when you're ready, flex forwards. Bring the blocks on either side of the front foot. So again, you've got the taller option of the blocks, or you can bring the blocks to the lower option. Or again, so they're closer to the floor. Or place your hands either side of that front foot. So again here we're engaging through the legs, pushing the hips back, chest center forwards. If you've got a nice flat back position there, then you want to think about extending the chest to the thigh and the head towards the shin and the ankle. Nice deep breaths, flat back position. 2 more breaths here, keep that engagement through the muscles of the legs. Last breath. Okay, when you're ready, bend that front knee, discard the blocks. We're coming up to our downward dog. So, frame the front foot with the hands, step back to downward dog position. Draw back then from the wrist, roll those shoulders back and down, engage the upper arm muscles and push the heels towards the mat. Now right side this time, leg lifts into 3-legged dog. Bend then at the knee and look over your left shoulder to your right foot. From here, bend the elbows, look forwards. The foot is then going to, no the knee, sorry, is going to come between the hands. Back knee drops, front of the foot drops. So use the front of that back foot again to walk yourself deeper. Move the foot from the midline of the mat if you need to. Roll those shoulders back and down, look forwards. Keeping those hips parallel to the mat, so you don't want to sit on one side. When you're ready, you can come down onto the forearms. Ooh, I'm tighter this side than the other. This one hurts. Oh, my poor puppy. He had his operation today and he's just there in his little onesie, just sat there looking all sad. That's him. Okay, when you're ready, hands stretch all the way forwards, bring the forehead into the mat. So keep those hips parallel. Keep stretching the fingertips forwards and then push the weight into the heels of the hands. 2 more breaths here. Keep pushing that weight back. When you're ready, then lift the hands back up. Tuck the back toe up and back then to downward dog. So lift up, take it back to downward dog. And then when you're ready, walk the feet forwards to meet the hands. Again, into that forward fold. For this time, I want you to lift the toes and take the fingertips underneath the toes. So bending the knees is okay if you need to. So really think about sending the breath to the backs of the legs. Straighten them out as much as you can. Don't lock the knees though. Chest centers coming down. Head's coming towards the shins and the ankles. Now from there, take the hands out from underneath the toes. Bend the knees, breathe in and lift up. Bring in your prayer to your heart center. So we're going to breathe in, lift up, come down. And this time our hands are going to come behind our calves. So breathe in, lift up. Exhale, swan dive down. Back into that forward fold. From there, take the hands to the backs of the calves. So the toes we use to draw us down. The calves we're going to use to draw us inwards. Thinking about the tailbone coming up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, bend the knees. Breathe in and lift up. Bringing your prayer then to your heart center. Okay, so grab your straps. We're going to come and sit down and do some nice leg stretches. And then nice wide leg forward fold, I think. Oh, hot. We just wait for Kirsty to get back and then we'll do a nice long leg stretches. Oh, bless him. Lizzie, he looks so sorry for himself. Poor little puppy. Alrighty, so we're going to take our left leg out. And then our right foot's going to be in towards the groin. So flex then through the this foot, left foot. And then we're going to take the strap around and then just cross it over so it's there as and when we need it. We don't need it initially, but we will come to it. When we come to it, we're going to uncross it so that we're not bringing the arms out to the side. It's just so it doesn't go flying away all over the place. Left hand comes onto the shin. We're going to grace the floor then with the right fingertips. Stretch past the toes and back. So you're looking back at the palm of your hand, using the hand on the shin to twist, and then make sure that the arm doesn't come below shoulder height. And again, swoop down, past the left foot, up and back behind you. And one more, bring it down, up, all the way back. Now flex deeply into that left foot and then either take hold of the toes or take hold of your strap. And then you're going to bring the arm up alongside the ear. So don't let it come forward to the face. It's coming alongside the ear to the wall beside you. So you're aiming your fingertips towards your toes. Keep breathing, stretching energy through those fingertips. When you're ready, breathe in and lift up. So we're going to turn the torso then to face the outstretched leg. Now I want to use, even if you can get down to your toes without the shoulders rounding, today I want to use the strap to walk ourselves down to really notice the straight back position. So we're going to lift the arms up. When we come down and take the strap, just make sure you've uncrossed it so that it's either side, so your arms aren't coming out sideways. So when you're ready, breathe in and lift up. Really think about lifting from the pelvis. Then exhale, flex forward towards the toes, but down past the toes to your strap. Now I want you to take hold of each edge of the strap between your thumb and your forefinger. Now roll the shoulders away from the ears and then draw upon the strap, but bring your chest center towards your thigh. So we're not going towards the toes with the hands just yet. We normally do. I want to really think about those shoulders coming down the back and the movement of the back being just from those hips. So then slowly begin to walk the fingers down the strap, but without moving the upper body. Gently, gently, gently. If then you can get to the toes without moving the upper body at all, take hold of them. If not, keep hold of your strap and just keep walking them down. So your chest center is coming towards your thigh. Shoulders remain away from the ears. Now think about drawing the muscle of the thigh up towards the hip, pushing it down into the mat. See if that will let you walk a few more fingertips down or take hold of that foot a little bit more. And when you're ready, release slowly and lift up. So we're going to change over then for the other side. So the right leg comes out and the left leg comes in. So flex through that right foot and take the strap around again to come to short clear. And then when you're ready, the hand's going to come onto the shin. We're going to raise the floor with the left hand, past those right toes, really open and twist looking back at the palm of your hand. And again, coming forwards, past the toes, twist and open. And last one, bring it forwards, up and over, looking back at the palm of the hand. So again, flex that right foot. You're going to walk the right hand towards the toes, bringing the left arm alongside the ear. So you're really stretching towards the side wall. Again, the hands are coming towards these toes, but not allowing the arm to come over the face. So it's alongside the ear, stretch, stretch, stretch. When you're ready, breathe in and lift up. Again, that torso is going to reach towards the outstretched leg. We're going to lift the arms up, lift out of the pelvis, then flex forwards towards the toes, but take hold of the strap. So again, uncross it, shoulders away from the ears. And really think about that movement coming from the hip, shoulders down the back, using your thumb and your forefinger to get deeper. So really think about pushing the heel away from you. Walking that thumb and forefinger down towards the foot. And again, a little bit deeper. Think about drawing the thigh muscle up towards the hip, pushing it down into the mat. See if that gets you forwards that little bit more. And then when you're ready, breathe in and lift up. Discard your strap and then take both legs out wide. So we're going to come into a straddle stretch. So flexing through them, both feet, toes towards the ceiling, knees towards the ceiling. Making sure those knees don't roll forwards. You're going to take the hands in front of you and then walk the fingertips forwards. So just come into your wide leg fold, wherever that is comfortable for you. Pushing the heels away. Again, allowing that flex to come from the hips. Think about sending the chest center forwards. Each exhale, walk the hands that little bit further forwards. And when you're ready, then slowly lift, drawing the legs together. So flex through the feet here. We're going to come into our forward fold. So I want you to bring those bum muscles out from behind, just to help you pivot a little bit further forwards on the hips. Arms come up. Exhale forwards towards then the toes. Shoulders again away from the ears. Think about lengthening the torso down the thighs. And again, the head comes down towards the shins. Each exhale, getting that little bit deeper. Think about drawing then the muscles of the thighs up towards the hips, pushing them down into the mat and seeing if that hinges you forwards that little bit more. And then when you're ready, slowly roll up. Now I want you to arch through the back as you come up. So think about spreading and separating the shoulder blades back behind you. As you roll, a squeaky mat. Arms then come in front of you. Interlace the fingers. Round the shoulder blades back behind you. Imagine a big ball between the arms. Push the knuckles away. Draw the chin to the chest. Really spread and separate the shoulders back behind you. As you inhale, the palms come to the ceiling, arms alongside the ears. Then as you exhale, hands come behind, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back and down, draw the knuckles to the mat, and then have a little wiggle if that feels good to the upper body. And then when you're ready, relax and release, give the shoulders a roll. And we are now all stretched as well as strengthened after our half and half.